mind-blowing possibilities of life that will leave you as PES. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a fire inside every single one of us, but most people never strike the match. Life is not just about surviving day to day. It's about discovering the mind-blowing possibilities that lie hidden in the cracks of our fears, our doubts, and even our failures. Think about it the moment you decide to push beyond what you think you can do. Life reveals doors you never even knew were there. Some of you right now are standing in front of a locked door called your future, and the key is already in your pocket. But here's the truth: possibilities don't shout, they whisper. They hide in the risk you've been afraid to take, in the dream you buried because someone told you it was too big, too crazy, too impossible. Well, let me tell you something. Impossible is just the starting line. There are people who had nothing, who started with broken pieces and still built empires, still changed the world, still lifted others higher. The only difference between them and the ones who gave up is this: they believed there was more to life than what they could see at that moment. And so I say to you today, your story isn't finished, your power isn't empty, your future isn't lost. Inside of you is a possibility so mind-blowing that when you finally unleash it, people won't believe their eyes. And neither will you. Because life isn't waiting for you, it's daring you to dream, to act, to believe, to live so fully that when the final chapter is written, you can stand up and say, I gave it everything, and I left this world SPECHSS. Life was never meant to be just about paying bills, clocking in, and going through the same routine every single day. Yet, so many people fall into that trap, surviving instead of living. They wake up, eat, work, sleep, and repeat, all while carrying unspoken dreams inside their hearts. Survival is about getting by, but life is about breaking free, about tasting the fullness of what exists beyond comfort zones. There's a world waiting for you that survival alone will never let you see. Think about the difference. Survival says, do just enough, but life whispers, do more, be more, experience more. Survival tells you to stay in the safe zone, but life dares you to step into the unknown, because that's where possibilities lie. And the truth is, you'll never discover what you're truly capable of if you keep walking in circles, doing what's predictable. The extraordinary doesn't happen in repetition. It happens in exploration. Imagine someone who spends their entire life just existing. They never traveled, never chased a dream, never discovered a talent hidden deep within them. That person might live many years, but will they have truly lived? The answer is no, because living isn't about the number of breaths you take. It's about the moments that steal your breath away. And those moments don't come when you're just trying to survive. They come when you step boldly into new possibilities. Now, possibilities are not obvious. They are often disguised as challenges, setbacks, or even failures. What most people call the end of the road is often the beginning of something greater. The job loss that forces you to start your own business, the heartbreak that teaches you self-worth, the rejection that pushes you to a higher level. All of these are not dead ends, but doors to something new. But you'll never see those doors if you're only focused on surviving. When you shift from a mindset of survival to a mindset of living, the whole world looks different. Instead of asking, how do I get through today? You begin asking, what can I create today? What can I learn today? Who can I become today? This shift is powerful because it transforms you from a passenger in your own life to the driver. Suddenly, you're not just reacting to circumstances, you're shaping them. And here's the beauty of it: once you begin to truly live, possibilities multiply. The more you step into the unknown, the more doors open. The more you dare to say yes to life, the more life says yes back to you. That's the difference between surviving and living. Survival keeps you in one place. But living sets you on a journey filled with surprises, growth, and experiences that will leave you in awe. Fear and doubt are not signs that you're weak. They're signs that you're standing at the edge of something bigger than yourself. If you were comfortable, if everything felt safe, you wouldn't feel that fear. You wouldn't doubt yourself. Those feelings don't show up when you're playing small. They only appear when you're standing in front of possibility. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a signal that growth is near. Think about it. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in human history were born out of fear and uncertainty. The Wright brothers were terrified of failing when they built the first airplane, but their fear meant they were onto something extraordinary. If they had chosen safety over possibility, we'd still be grounded. Fear doesn't mean don't do it. It means this matters. It means you are about to attempt something that could change your life. Doubt works the same way. People often think doubt is proof they can't do something, when in reality it's proof they're stretching beyond what they've done before. Doubt is your mind's way of saying, I've never been here before. But that's the whole point. You're not meant to live where you've always been. Every new level of life introduces new doubts. The only difference between those who rise and those who quit is how they respond to it. Fear and doubt are raw materials. You can either let them harden into chains that hold you back, or you can forge them into fuel that drives you forward. The person who feels fear but still acts, the one who hears doubt but still moves, they are the ones who discover what lies on the other side of comfort. And what lies on that other side is always bigger than what you left behind. You see, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to keep going in spite of it. People wait to feel ready before they move, but readiness never comes. The miracle doesn't happen when you feel safe. It happens when you step out shaking, when you leap not knowing if the ground will appear beneath your feet. Fear and doubt will always be there, but so will possibility. The question is, which one will you listen to? The truth is this: fear and doubt are not enemies to be eliminated. They are signals pointing you toward the path of transformation. If you follow comfort, you'll stay where you are. But if you follow fear, if you step into the places where doubt whispers, maybe you can't, that's exactly where you'll find out that you can. And once you do, the very fear that once held you back becomes the evidence that you're living at the edge of possibility. Too many people spend their lives searching outside themselves for the answer, waiting for someone to hand them the opportunity, the connection, or the approval that will finally set them free. But here's the truth. You already carry inside of you the key that unlocks the doors to your future. Everything you need to rise higher, to achieve more, to step into your destiny is not out there. It's in here. It's in your gifts, your vision, your resilience, your voice. The problem is not that people don't have the key. It's that they don't recognize it. They look at their circumstances, their limitations, or their failures, and they believe the lie that they're not enough. But think about it. The tallest oak tree was once a seed. Inside that tiny seed was everything needed to grow into strength, height, and greatness. The same is true for you. What looks small, ordinary, or insignificant right now holds within it the power to shape your future. Your potential is not something you have to go out and find. It's something you have to unlock. And unlocking it doesn't mean waiting until you have more resources, more education, or more connections. Unlocking it means deciding to use what you already have. The ability to dream, to persist, to learn, to create, all of that is inside you, waiting to be unleashed. The key is not missing. The key is action. Think about every great story you've ever heard. It wasn't that someone discovered something magical outside themselves. It was that they tapped into something that was already within. A voice that wouldn't stay silent, a determination that refused to die, a belief that whispered, "There is more for you." That inner spark is the key. And the moment you stop looking outward and start looking inward, that's when the lock begins to turn. The danger of ignoring this truth is that you can spend your entire life waiting for permission, waiting for the perfect time, waiting for someone to come rescue you. But no one is coming with the key because it was never theirs to give. The only person who can unlock your future is you. The doors are already built, the locks are already in place, and the key has been in your hands all along. So when you look in the mirror, don't just see who you are right now. See the one who holds the power to open the doors of tomorrow. Your gifts, your story, your scars, your lessons, those are the grooves on the key. They're what make you uniquely capable of unlocking a future no one else can live. And the moment you choose to use that key, life begins to open in ways you never thought possible. Opportunities rarely arrive with flashing lights, loud announcements, and bold signs saying, "This is your moment." More often, they come quietly, disguised as small decisions, ordinary conversations, or challenges you'd rather avoid. They whisper. They hide in the places where most people aren't paying attention. And that's why awareness is everything. If your eyes aren't open, if your heart isn't tuned in, you'll walk right past the very door that was meant to change your life. Sometimes an opportunity looks like extra responsibility at work, one that doesn't come with recognition right away. Sometimes it looks like a chance to help someone, not realizing that person could later open doors you never imagined. Sometimes it looks like failure, forcing you to develop skills or strengths that end up being the foundation of your future success. The whispers of opportunity don't sound glamorous. They sound ordinary. But ordinary moments, seized with awareness, can lead to extraordinary breakthroughs. The problem is, too many people expect opportunity to arrive fully formed, packaged and perfect. They wait for the dream job, the big break, the perfect timing. But life doesn't work that way. It offers clues, breadcrumbs, little openings that test whether you're ready for the bigger stage. If you can recognize and act on the small opportunities, you prove to life that you're ready for greater ones. But if you overlook the whispers, you miss the chance to build the path to your destiny. Think about this. Every person you admire today started by noticing a whisper. A writer who paid attention to an idea that came in the middle of the night. An inventor who followed curiosity about how something could be better. An entrepreneur who noticed a problem everyone else ignored. They didn't wait for the world to scream, "This is it!" They listened to the quiet nudge inside them. That nudge is life's way of pointing you toward your next step. Awareness is like a muscle, you have to train it. The more you pay attention, the more you begin to see. You start to notice connections others overlook, chances others dismiss, doors others walk past. It's not that opportunities aren't there for everyone. It's that not everyone is awake enough to recognize them. The whispers are constant, but only the alert can hear them. That's why awareness isn't optional, it's essential. And here's the powerful truth. The whisper you ignore today may be the very opportunity that would have transformed your tomorrow. It doesn't come back with a louder voice. It moves on to someone who's ready. But when you're tuned in, when you're listening, when you're paying attention, suddenly you start catching whispers others miss. And those whispers, stacked one on top of another, become the foundation of a life that leaves people wondering, how did you see it when no one else did? Every great dream, every world-changing idea, every breakthrough that has shaped history began with someone staring at the word impossible. It stood there like a wall, telling them they couldn't, they shouldn't, it would never happen. But those who dared to move forward discovered something powerful. Impossible is not the end. It's the beginning. It's not a wall blocking you. It's a line daring you to step across and see what's on the other side. When you hear the word impossible, what it really means is that no one has done it yet. That doesn't mean it can't be done. Think about flight. Before airplanes, experts said human beings would never leave the ground. They laughed at the idea of people flying. But the Wright brothers didn't stop at the wall of impossible. They treated it as the starting line of discovery. And because they pushed forward, the impossible became an everyday reality. That same truth applies to you. Every time you look at your dream and hear people say, "That's not realistic, you're reaching too high. No one like you has ever done that before," understand that those words don't define your limit. They define your starting point. Impossible is a signal that you are entering new territory, that you are about to break boundaries others never dared to touch. What others call impossible, you can call day one. The danger is that most people see impossible as a dead end. They stop before they start. They hear can't and never question it, never challenge it, never test if it's true. But impossible is just uncharted ground, and uncharted ground has always been the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and transformation. The ones who dare to take that first step, the step others were too afraid to take, are the ones who change the map for everyone else. When you face something that feels impossible, that's not the time to shrink back. That's the time to lean in. That's the time to remind yourself that the starting line was never meant to feel easy. It's supposed to feel intimidating. It's supposed to make your heart race. That's how you know you're standing at the threshold of something that matters. If it didn't scare you, it wouldn't stretch you. And if it doesn't stretch you, it won't transform you. So the next time life whispers impossible, don't see it as a reason to stop. See it as an invitation to begin. That word is proof that you are standing in front of a race worth running. The line is drawn, the challenge is clear, and the choice is yours. Will you stop at the word impossible? Or will you step forward and prove that it was never a wall at all, but the beginning of a journey that only the bold ever take? Struggles are not proof that you are failing. They are proof that you are building. Every obstacle you face, every setback you endure, every tear you've cried is shaping something inside you that comfort never could. Struggle feels heavy, but it's weight training for your destiny. The very thing you wish you could escape right now may be the very thing that strengthens you for the opportunities ahead. What feels like a burden today could become the bridge you walk across tomorrow. Think about a diamond. Before it shines, it's nothing more than a piece of coal buried deep in the earth. What transforms that coal into something priceless is pressure. Without the weight, without the struggle, the diamond never emerges. The same principle applies to you. Your current challenges are shaping the strength, wisdom, and resilience you will need to step into the breakthrough that's waiting for you. When you're in the middle of struggle, it's hard to see this truth. All you feel is the pain, the frustration, the setback, but every struggle carries a lesson. Maybe it's teaching you patience. Maybe it's teaching you persistence. Maybe it's teaching you to value yourself when others overlook you. Those lessons don't disappear when the struggle ends. They become the foundation you stand on when opportunity comes. Without them, you'd crumble. With them, you rise stronger. History is filled with stories of people who turned struggles into stepping stones. Leaders who grew up in poverty, inventors who faced countless failures, visionaries who were laughed at before they were celebrated. Their struggles weren't detours, they were training grounds. They were rehearsals for greatness. If you look at your struggle as a prison, it will break you. But if you look at it as preparation, it will make you. And here's the powerful part: when you turn struggle into strength, you don't just change your own life, you create a path for others. People will see how you endured, how you fought through, how you refused to quit, and they'll realize they can make it too. Your struggle becomes someone else's survival guide. Your scars become someone else's roadmap. What once looked like weakness becomes the very proof of your strength. So the struggle you're in right now is not wasted. It's not random. It's not meaningless. It's laying bricks under your feet, building a platform you don't even realize you're going to need. One day, you'll look back at what you thought was breaking you, and you'll realize it was building you. Every late night, every closed door, every painful lesson, it's all part of the foundation of your breakthrough.